What's up, gamers? It's about time I put another tutorial out on the channel. Today I'm gonna go over Lucky Chloe's throw game, which surprisingly has a decent amount of depth to it. Lucky Chloe has two types of throws. She has two default throws, which can be broken with 1 or 2. And she has one command throw, which is broken by pressing 1 plus 2 together. For people who do not know, you can see the difference by looking at their hands, but I'll make a separate video about this at a different time. All you really need to know is that you can mix up the 1 plus 2 and the 2 plus 4 throw. It makes Chloe's hand sort of look like it's a 1 plus 2 at certain angles, especially if you're on the left side. Anyway, that's not the point of the video. This video is about what you do after you've already thrown them, because Chloe has some shenanigans. First, let's start with the default throws. Luckily, both of these have the same exact setups. The most consistent one starts when you throw your opponent directly and straight onto the wall. After you've done so, you just gotta press back 1. If the opponent tries to get up in any way, shape, or form, except for holding up, you get a wall combo. And if they stay on the ground, you get a free back 1. It's a win-win, baby. Any angle that is even slightly off, though, you will not get this. Alright, moving on. The next setup has to be done in the open. You toss your opponent into the air, and you must immediately go into back turn stance. Watch your opponent very carefully. If they do any kind of get-up kick, immediately whiff punish with Cali roll. I have hit some of the best players in the world with this. It just takes one moment of weakness, and then you take all of their health. And that's it for the default throws. Next, we got the down forward 1 plus 2. And my god, there are some setups with this one. Even on break, you can backswing blow right afterwards. But let's talk about what you do when you actually manage to land the throw. Most Chloes are aware of the 3-way mix-up here, but I will go over it. First, you have your guaranteed down forward 3-3, a solid 35 damage, and another mix-up if they don't turn around. If this is the case, you can go for a 2-2, which is also guaranteed unless they duck. But if they duck, that means you can launch them. So yeah, good mix-up. Another good option, and one mostly used, is 1-2, 1 plus 2. If hit successfully, you will do around 70 damage with your guaranteed back 1 ender. However, there's a lot more to it than just that. One of my personal favorite setups is from this move, and that is instead of doing back 1, you do forward 4-4. This catches people holding back to get up, and you get a full launch. The only real problem with this is that this is launch punishable. And speaking of launch punishable, so is 1-2, 1 plus 2. Which is why I'm going to recommend you actually use 1-2-2 instead. Using this over 1-2, 1 plus 2 is way safer and only 10 damage less. I often use this instead. And finally, onto the third part of our 3-way mix-up here is the mid-launch options, which is using down forward 2 or 3-4. When fighting opponents that have a back turn parry, you definitely want to use down forward 2. As another thing you might not know, down forward 2 is an elbow. Parries don't work on it, baby. This is minus 13, however, so oftentimes I will actually use 3-4. And 3-4 can actually be hit confirmed from the back, which, if you're good enough, makes this option safe. But yeah, that was the basic 3-way mix-up from this throw. However, there is one more level beyond even that, and that, my friends, is using Rage. The funniest part about Lucky Chloe's Rage Hour, right, is not the fact that it does stupid amounts of damage. Though that is pretty hilarious, not gonna lie. The funniest part about it is that if the opponent is back turned when Chloe uses it, they cannot turn around fast enough to block it. It is impossible for them to do. And Chloe has a throw that puts her behind the opponent. You see what I'm saying? So yes, if you use down forward 1 plus 2 into the Rage Yard, they cannot block it. However, that does not mean that it's a perfect, viable option. People can jump over the load. People also can just slide out by holding down back, unfortunately. Or is it? Because you have another option when you are in rage. You can use her Rage Drive. Which just so happens to be both of the weaknesses of using the Rage Art. So you have yet another 50-50 that you can add to your arsenal when you are in rage. It's fantastic, and Chloe definitely needs it. If you liked the video, like the video. Also, I'm streaming on YouTube now. Okay, later.